Comedy Central Sports presents BattleBots. Last season, Biohazard defeated Vlad the Impaler to take away his heavyweight crown. Tonight, they begin their journeys back to the championship. Vlad takes on Mechavore, a fearless rookie, and Biohazard battles little sister, a bratty BritBot. Will their paths cross once again in the finals?
Lightweight rookie sensation Whacker made it through the qualifying rounds with a simple strategy of dismantling his opponents piece by piece. But did he get enough experience to take on Ziggo, the lightweight champion, who specializes in KOs?
And we've seen the future of the super heavyweight division, and its name is Techno Destructo. Builder Sean Irvin enters the sport with an assassin's eagerness and a deadly robot. He wants it all, but can he get by Quad the Crusher?
This Comedy Central Sports presentation of BattleBots is brought to you by Snapple, made from the best stuff on Earth.
We're at Treasure Island, right smack in the middle of San Francisco Bay. Welcome to another great night of bots behaving badly. I'm Tim Green along with Bill Dwyer. We've been telling you all about the new robots. Now it's time to show them to you. Tonight's fight card is loaded with rookie competitors.
And Tim, one of the more colorful rookies is lightweight Whacker. He's scheduled to battle in tonight's first fight. I found out killer robots isn't the only cool thing Bob Schneeweiss has built. Let's go in the driver's seat. You know, if Monday Night Football were to send Dennis Miller out to interview someone, I guarantee you he'd get a limo. Well, this is a sweet ride that Comedy Central sent me up with. So, Bob Schneeweiss, how would you describe yourself?
During the day, work for the Stanford School of Medicine, Department of Neurobiology, and we're trying to get a wiring diagram of the human brain.
So how does a man who does brain research find himself making a giant big wheel?
It's a mind opener. It's a mind expander. There's no box that this fits in. So therefore, the mind says, huh, what? And gets thinking.
Man, your brain is way better than mine. Okay, here comes the spin. You ever run over anybody with it?
Not yet.
Was it about 400 miles LA?
About.
Wake me when we get there?
No problem.
Nice job, Bill. Disturbing, but nice. Whacker's had some pretty good tune-up fights before tonight. His dual spinning blades really put a hurt on his opponents.
Whacker won 2 qualifying fights, one by knockout to make it to the tournament, and in first-round action took a commanding 34-11 decision from a disabled but spunky Sparky.
I like the weapon, I like the rabbit, I like the multicolored hat, but he's going up against the returning lightweight champion, Ziggo.
Oh, that is a tough draw. Jonathan Ritter's Ziggo from San Jose, California is the current worldwide recognized robotic combat lightweight champ. It's got those incredibly deadly blades that spin like mad and kill indiscriminately. Over half of his wins are by knockout. Bob Schneeweiss's wicked Whacker has thrashed his 3 opponents, but they were all rookies.
The robots are in their squares. Let's go down for the start of the action.
He was named the most aggressive robot last season. Here is the former 2-time lightweight champion, Ziggo!
Notice the flag on Ziggo. That's not just a decoration. That helps driver Jonathan Ritter steer his robot.
Its motto is, "Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife or bot. Thou shalt tear it limb from limb." Here is Whacker.
My lucky hat.
This is what it's all about. The box is locked, the lights are on. It's robot fighting time. Ziggo up to speed already. Whacker coming out with both blades spinning.
Both blades, that lower one right there. Oh, man!
Ziggo already debilitating Whacker. Whacker's lower blade has been taken out of the action.
And the upper blade's been taken out. How did that happen? Talk about power.
Look at the maneuverability of Ziggo. It's got to be the most controlled spin bot I've seen in all of BattleBots.
He gets around the box so beautifully.
He's positioning himself. Oh, and he slams Whacker. Oh, Whacker is on one leg now.
Took out the entire side panel there.
Whacker looks like a fish that's had its guts ripped out with a hook. And Ziggo coming in for the kill. Oh, insult to injury. He just whacked Edgar Rabbit with the flag.
That's some good driving.
Oh, and he smacks him again. He takes out the other wheel. That's all Whacker's got is a little feeble attempt at spinning his wheel. Ziggo setting himself up for the kill. And it is a kill.
That's what we wanted. Hey, hats off to Whacker for staying in there and hanging in.
Wow, that's something
just taking some pots.
Ziggo driver Jonathan Ritter with a little emotion. That is some robot.
These are some sweet replays. Taking out both blades, the power of the hit, and taking out the side panels on Whacker right here. Man, Ziggo showing what a champion he is.
Another KO for Ziggo. Rack him up, Bill.
Dominated by the Zigster. 5-0 in slams. Hazards never coming into play. And just for kicks and griggles, flips Whacker on his fuzzy little head.
And Tracy Bingham is with Bob Schneeweiss on the floor.
Well, Bob, I guess you found out why Ziggo is a two-time champion.
Well, yeah, he wins more than he loses. He's got a good bot. That thing is tough.
Well, nicely done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
2 times BattleBot champions in the lightweight category.
You guys look tougher than ever.
You do?
Well, there's been a lot of upgrades. Looks very similar on the outside. A lot of upgrades on the inside for reliability.
I think I saw them take the bunny out on a stretcher.
Yeah, don't bring a bunny to do a man's work.
There you go. He said it, not me.
Ziggo taking the defense of his lightweight title dead serious, and Whacker just dead.
Well, you'll get your minimum daily requirement of robotic combat when Techno Destructo and Quad the Crusher get it on.
Also, Bill Nye gives us a technical tour of Mechavore, who goes up against Vlad when we come back. For more information on BattleBots and how you can enter a fighting robot in a BattleBots competition, log on to BattleBots.com.
We're in San Francisco, California, where BattleBots began as a tiny gathering of friends and exploded into the thrilling, killing spectacle it is today. Our first fight was a rookie going against a champion. Our second fight is a rookie going against a former champion looking to reclaim the giant nut. It's Mechavore versus Vlad the Impaler. For a detailed description of newbie Mechavore, it's time for Tech Talk with Bill Nye.
This season's crop of killer robots are more sophisticated and deadlier than ever. Take Mechavore. It's driven by a 4-horsepower gas engine and can rotate at 2,000 RPM, which makes it a relentless pounding machine. Add anti-wedge skirting and a rear wedge, and you've got a contender for the nut.
Mechavore has great design elements. It's raised the bar for the veterans everywhere. Give us the particulars on Vlad, Bill.
Well, if you haven't seen Vlad the Impaler fight before, was it comfortable under that rock you were living? The things he does to his opponents are obscene. He wants his title back, and he will not be denied. Mechavore has 2 victories in the qualifying rounds. He beat El Diablo Grande, who stepped up a weight class, and was awarded a forfeit against Technofool.
The robots are all charged up, and so are we. Let's get to it.
Introducing, in the red square, the earth shook, the ground ripped open, and out stepped the bastard son of Satan himself, Vlad the Impaler. And in the blue square, wait, did you hear that? It is the sound of 1,000 robots screaming horrifically at the mere mention of this guy, Mechavore. The box is locked, the lights are on, it's robot fighting time! Mechavore coming right out aggressively and spinning, not wanting to expose itself to those lifters on Vlad.
And look what he's done!
Uh-oh, Vlad's underneath him!
How prophetic, Tim!
Mechavore takes a shot from the kill saw.
And look at the cuts in Vlad! Look at that, sliced right through him. Mechavore tearing into the armor on Vlad.
Mechavore with that spinning blade out in front. Oh, Vlad's under him again! Look out, Mechavore, right into the screws!
Vlad doing what he does best. He waits and he waits until he finds an opening.
Both bots positioning themselves carefully. A dogfight of sorts, driver to driver. Vlad underneath him. Mekavor with another piece of Vlad.
Every time Mekavor gets that blade in there, he is cutting right into Vlad. That thing powers up quick.
Oh, Mekavor takes a piece out of Vlad. But Vlad takes a piece out of Mekavor. Now Vlad's got him right into the spikes in the wall. Mekavor up and disabled.
Now this isn't bad here. Vlad might want to keep him there if he can just keep grinding that blade into the ground, but it's just missing.
That blade spinning at top speed now. Oh no, the blade!
It's taking out the spike strip. Take a look now. Vlad's got his arms up, and he's got his self-riding piston out. That means something's wrong.
Some serious damage to Vlad. Mekavor chewing him up with that blade.
Vlad is a huge target right now.
Let's go down to the floor for a word from the Sklar brothers.
Guys, Vlad's lifting arms are in the upright position, and they're stuck. They can't get out, and he's on the ropes right now. I don't think he's ever been this deep down except for last year's finals. It's going to be tough, guys.
I'll tell you what Vlad does have is a great driver in Gage Cauchois. He can get his way, he can make his way.
Oh, Mekavor chipping away piece by piece. Look at that damage.
It is such a clean cut, too. Look at in that armor. He is just taken out. We've never seen this kind of
damage. And there's a kill saw on Vlad. Vlad taking it from the sides, taking it from underneath.
And still out there pounding. That is a well-made bot.
Gage Cauchois needing to ram Mekavor, needing to drive him into the hazard. Either a kill saw, the pulverizer, he needs help.
That's it, that's time. What a fight. Look at the crowd, they're going ape, and why not? Now here's something that we've seen before. Vlad getting underneath his opponents and the box-long drive into the spike strip.
There you see Mekavor working not only the blade, but I was impressed, Bill, with Mekavor's defenses. There, Mekavor takes the spikes in the wall, but he could withstand all the pounding Vlad could give.
But here's the key. Mekavor actually turning Vlad around with his blade as he's cutting him.
The three judges at arena side have turned in a 24-21 decision for the blue square, Mekavor.
Unbelievable! Hey, let's see how the judges scored this, Bill.
All right, take a look. Three judges, pretty evenly split on strategy and aggression. It was the damage category that Mekavor won the fight, and he should have. Judges gave him a 10-5 advantage. I didn't even think it was that close.
Tracy is with Gage outside the box.
No, Gage, is it time to retire, Vlad?
It's time to build a new body for Vlad or retire it and come up with something a little more durable, because the new breed of BattleBots are getting really nasty and violent.
See you soon.
Okay.
Hey, Mekavor seemingly coming out of nowhere to defeat Vlad. Builder Robert Lawrence has welcomed new blood to the sport. Watch this, and you'll see why.
I'll spend my afternoons coloring vases and painting and do things that are so perfect. At the end of that day, it's so great just to smack the heck out of something.
Having a violent outlet is a must for Robert and his team. The guys are artists, trained in the art of destruction.
What we have here is your basic avalauncher. It's designed to launch C4 rounds up into the tops of mountains to knock avalanches off before they get too large. But today it's just a lot of fun.
When these fine artists aren't catering to clients or blowing things up, they're sailing the high seas on their custom-built tiki boat. But if you want permission to come aboard, you better know the rules.
If you're dancing around having a good time, you spill your drink. Etiquette is you have to rub it in the carpet and keep dancing.
Two more rookie builders get set to battle each other. Techno Destructo and Quad the Crusher get it on when we come back.
Here's Quad the Crusher arriving earlier today. Nice way to travel. Techno Destructo showing some battle scars.
We saw Ziggo obliterate Whacker earlier, and Mechabor just chewed up Vlad the Impaler. Can we expect the competition to stay at the same high level, Bill?
Absolutely, Tim. These rookie super heavyweights fight like silverback gorillas over mating rights. They each won 2 qualifying bouts to make it this far, Quad the Crusher scoring the only KO. Techno Destructo's flipping arm scores points, but putting Quad out of commission with it is unlikely because Quad is invertible.
Sean Irvin shared his robot fighting philosophy with us earlier.
You come up with a design and you theorize, and then you come and you bring it to battle and you sit there and you bring it up against another guy that thinks he's got the baddest robot on the block. Just throw down, gloves are off, let's hit it.
I couldn't agree more, Sean. Let's hit it.
The red square. A great philosopher once said, "He harms himself who does harm to another." What a load of crap. Wait till you see the harm caused by Techno Destructo.
You see that lifting arm? I think the influence of last year's super heavy runner-up Toro.
The blue square. For those who think the pin is mightier than the sword, write something nasty about this bot and see if he cries when he beats you senseless. Q-Ed the Crusher.
Probably not the bot that Techno Destructo wants to fight. You flip him over, still running.
Bill, you want in on the fun?
The box is locked, the lights are on, it's robot fighting time.
Well done, my friend, and here they come. Techno Destructo already out with that flipper, but you see that Quad's wedge design is going to be very difficult for Techno Destructo to lift.
Very low to the ground, already giving him a shove.
You see that lifting arm, but it's ineffective against Quad's wedge design. Quad needs to continue to maneuver, lift and drive, and use the BattleBots hazards. Oh, there's a lift! This is exactly what Techno Destructo needs to do.
Now he wants to drive him, that's it. Sometimes you want to flip.
To that pulverizer. There's Quad. Quad's up underneath. He's got Techno Destructo on his back. Techno Destructo! Oh, Techno Destructo takes some damage!
Lost both the shields right there.
The kill
Lost them both. The power of the kill saws. Now he's very vulnerable to that lifting arm of Quad.
Techno Destructo, he's got Quad on the saws. Quad endures, Techno on the saws. Quad in a defensive position.
And a great idea. Cannot be flipped when he's riding like that. Cannot be flipped head on.
Well, if you flip Quad,
right,
face the other side of him.
He's still driving.
And as you said from the start, not the kind of robot Techno Destructo wants to face. A little more kill saw damage to Techno Destructo. Quad up underneath, and he drives him into the screws. Look out, there's the pulverizer. That's what each of these robots needs to help itself destroy the other. Oh, Quad! Driving Techno Destructo, but they're using the power.
Yeah! Techno Destructo driving Quad.
And he's almost flip, but it doesn't matter. Quad is just as dangerous on his front as his back.
He almost had him on his side. And then we would have seen if the rebalancers had worked on Quad. He lost his arm. That's it. He's lost his arm. Now we got ourselves a new fight. Techno Destructo, he's got about 40 pops in that flipping arm. And I say he is very close. This thing's just about over. That's it. How do you score that one? Techno Destructo doesn't flip Quad here, but it's almost better because now he's at an advantageous position where he can drive Quad into the spike strip.
And on this one, you see Techno Destructo's brilliant design. He's on his back. He takes a shot from the kill saws, but he's able to roll out of it.
And here it is, the arm, flipping and flapping all over the BattleBots floor.
Techno Destructo and Quad the Crusher certainly didn't disappoint the fans. Let's get the judges' score.
A split decision, 23-22 for the red square, Techno Destructo.
Wow, close decision for Techno Destructo. It really could have gone either way.
Quad the Crusher led in every category. The judges probably gave the decision to Techno Destructo based on the damage to Quad the Crusher when it knocked off his lifting arm.
Let's hear from our competitors.
Although you lost your protective covering, you still managed to go in there and do what you had planned to do.
We lifted him up, we chucked him around, we got in some hazards, we got our bot chopped, but that's all right. It's still pretty to me, baby. Let's go.
Well, congratulations to you. You guys rock.
Thank you, Tracy.
When we come back, Crash Test Dummy tries to exterminate Battle Rat. Heavyweight champion Biohazard defends his title against Little Sister, and Little Drummer Boy bangs on Blade Runner.
Do not construct or operate a robot or BattleBot without proper supervision.
Welcome back. Before we get to our next fight, Team Sinister's Peter Abrahamson is here in the studio.
You and Ronan have been with us for every BattleBot season. Can you believe how much this has grown?
It's insane. It's just exploded. I mean, I'm blown away. When I walked into the pits, I was just stunned at how many robots were there.
What are some of the ones that you like that you think have a chance
I'd say
at the nut?
Waiachi blew my mind when I first walked in and saw that thing sitting there. Mechavore is definitely a heavy hitter. The Judge pounding away. That's going to be a really tough robot.
Thanks a lot, Peter. Back to you, Tim.
Thanks, Bill. In other tournament action, 3 fights in the lightweight division to report. Skidmark took an easy victory from Fang by putting the terrible tooth on its back. Not enough range of motion in that weapon for Fang to right itself. Manic Aggressive took the Mantis to the pulverizers to get the victory, then took himself there just to show he can take a beating too. And Matt Spammer deftly avoided the steel trap of Roadhog and got the knockout victory at 242. Skidmark, Manic Aggressive, and Matt Spammer all advance.
Heavyweights Battle Rat, Crash Test Dummy, ready to do what they do best, fight to the death.
And we'll see what the boys at MIT are doing to advance the art of robot combat when we get back.
You're watching BattleBots, the leader in robotic entertainment.
The hits just keep on coming with Crash Test Dummy, built for safety, just not yours. The Mad Russian is back, Ilya Polyakov with Blade Runner. And Biohazard, that's been called the perfectly engineered bot, his heavyweight crown backs that up. We're in San Francisco, where we've got hundreds of robots, bigger, faster, meaner than ever before.
Welcome back, everybody. Recapping earlier action, who maimed Roger Rabbit? Defending lightweight champ Ziggo, that's who. Then Vlad the Impaler, Mechavore in a decision, taking the legend to task. And finally, Techno Destructo takes off Quad the Crusher's arm. Robot dismemberment. It's a good thing.
This is some crop of rookie heavyweights. An all-rookie final not out of the question. 2 such bots going at it next. But first, we check out one of America's breeding grounds for technological advancement, MIT.
Legendary for its scientific innovations and inspiration for the movie Good Will Hunting. And when Will Garcia needed a senior thesis, he turned to BattleBots.
Professor Slocum, and we're like, we'd like to build a BattleBot as a project.
So okay, that's kind of cute, but where's the engineering beef? This is an engineering thesis.
And with that, the boys set out to show Professor Slocum the beef with their BattleBot, General Gao.
Made out of Lexan. 1 inch of this stuff will stop a 44 Magnum.
Convinced, the professor drove the boys on. But when they talk BattleBots in the MIT classroom, it's in a language only really smart folks understand.
Energy equals 1/2 times the speed squared times the inertia of the system.
Well, duh. But actually, the professor sees robot fighting as a worthwhile academic pursuit.
Anything that turns kids on to learn, I'm all for it.
Yeah, it's Good Will Hunting come to life without the goodwill.
And after all that, the kids lose in the qualifying match. How do you like them apples? Bill, dial us in for this match.
First-timer Ted Walters brings Battle Rat in from New Jersey with a stainless steel flipping arm that can throw a racing car tire 10 feet in the air. From the Motor City, Robert Dorr aptly brings Crash Test Dummy. But he's going into this fight without his weapons. Crash Test Dummy will have to rely on its speed and solid construction. Earlier, Tracy got the scoop on this bot.
Okay, Robert, we see a lot of aluminum and Lexan. There's something different on this robot. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, this robot, it's got a steel frame and it's covered with some Lexan, some ABS plastic, which is really tough. It'll actually absorb some of the impacts, and it's got some PVC plastic on there as well.
Wonderful. Thank you.
The crowd smells blood. It is time.
In the red square to my right, 3 more executions, and this bot will be eligible for the governorship of Texas. All hail Crash Test Dummy. And in the blue square, when you say maim, he says how hard. When you say kill, he says with pleasure. Introducing Battle Rat.
With a drivetrain powerful enough to make the tires squeal, builder Robert Dorr has his skid marks to prove it.
Ted Walters works down the street from the U.S. Naval facility, and he says they talk tech over lunch. The box is locked, the lights are on. It's robot fighting time. Battle Rat comes right out and gets the flipping arms to work. Crash Test Dummy loses his hat.
You know what? You might think that's all he's got.
Up on his face, Crash Test Dummy gets a face full of the box and then a face full of the Hellraiser.
Doing some facial push-ups right here. That really works the cheekbones.
Ouch. Hellraisers put him back on his feet.
He's got to send Peter Lambertson a thank you card.
Crash Test Dummy with his hands literally tied behind his back. He does not have those airbags.
Now, he's not weaponless, though. He's got a couple of spikes on the front of his bot, and he can spin.
Crash Test Dummy taking a beating from the box.
Crash Test Dummy does have power, and you can see the spikes, one of them bent up right now. So, yeah, he hasn't got a lot going on.
Battle Rat in complete control.
That isn't normally how Battle Rat wants to use his lifting arm, but it's ridiculously effective right now. Oh, your mouth and eyes are on fire, my friend.
This looks like the NHL. Take a check and a piece of the glass.
Now, you see the lights inside Crash Test Dummy? They actually provide health status information about the bot to the builders. And right now, he's screaming help.
Battle Rat using the box, driving into the pulverizer, and Crash Test Dummy takes a shot from the pulverizer in the head.
It's showtime now.
Wham, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Battle Rat drives him up onto the screws. Battle Rat here has to be careful of the pulverizer himself. He's got this fight in control.
He's got him stuck now. That should be it. Crash Test Dummy stuck between the pulverizer and the screws.
All lights are on for Crash Test Dummy. Battle Rat drives him into the pulverizer. Crash Test Dummy is taking an abusive rack from the box.
It's like the killing of Rasputin. You can't put him down. He won't go down.
Rasputin indeed.
Still the same blank, soulless look on his face as he gets tossed around the battle box. Oh, that's it. Good for you.
Always worth protection.
About 16 seconds into the fight, Crash Test Dummy goes down on his expressionless face.
And then Crash Test Dummy gets his skull busted open by the pulverizer in the corner.
Decision for the blue square, Battle Rat.
No surprise there. Now, the battle stats. Break it down for us, Bill.
Yes, these numbers are correct. That's 20 slams, 10 lifts, and as far as 30 hazard damage, remember, every time Crash Test Dummy got popped with the Hellraisers, that was a hazard damage. What an idiot.
Defending champion Biohazard fights next. In his way, little sister. She's one mean, not-so-little robot. Come on back.
For more information on BattleBots and how you can enter a fighting robot in a BattleBots competition, log on to BattleBots.com.
We're on Treasure Island, and X marks the spot on Crash Test Dummy's head, where the pulverizer finishes the job started by Battle Rat. Welcome back to BattleBots. We just saw Battle Rat take one more step down the heavyweight road. Bill, catch us up on the other action.
Earlier in the middleweight division, Village Idiot takes on Chiabot and does what anyone does when given that weird clay head. Tosses him away. Stepping up to the heavyweights, Critical Mass 2 tears into Chubot and splits him open like a ripe cadaver. He'll move on, as will Junkyard Offspring, who takes a bite out of Icky Thump courtesy of the Screws.
Rookies continuing to impress here, but they now give way to two veterans. Little Sister is a new bot, but it's forged from the experienced hands of Ian Watts from Team Big Brother. He beat his two previous opponents, but now he's drawn Biohazard.
We caught up with the man in the scrubs, Carlo Bertacchini, to find out what it's like defending the nut.
The new BattleBots heavyweight champion, Biohazard!
Last season, Biohazard stunned the bot world when he defeated odds-on favorite Vlad the Impaler. Now it's Biohazard that sits in the crosshairs.
If you're on top, everybody obviously is gunning for you. They're all shooting for the big nut, but they got to go through me first.
We asked Carlo about his success.
I think it's kind of a attention to detail. You have to really think about all possible ways your robot can fail and make sure that that doesn't happen. I have to worry about Voltronic and Vlad the Impaler, but I take every opponent seriously. That's how I've seen people get into trouble. You're overconfident, and it really does take full concentration.
And even after a heavyweight title, Carlo is hungry for more.
I want this one just as badly as I wanted the first one.
Good guy and a good ambassador for the sport.
He is a good guy, and it's hard to want to see him get knocked off his perch, but that's just what Little Sister is gunning to do. Bill, what's the story?
All the way from Sussex, England, Ian Watts hops the pond this season with Little Sister. Sure, he'll use girl power, but he'll back it up with that hydraulic ram that goes about 2,500 PSI. Carlo's a local guy. His last loss was 2 seasons ago. Biohazard is 7-1 when fighting out of the blue square. And look where he is right now.
Is Ian Watts worried?
Biggest problem is just getting a grip on him. He's so squibbly and low to the ground. When we get under him, we'll be okay. If we can't get under him, we're dead.
Let's go down to the box.
In the red square, to my right, Rosemary's Baby was a perfect child compared to this unholy offspring. Introducing Little Sister. And in the blue square, more deadly than anthrax, more fatal than the Ebola, more dicey than the nachos at the concession stand. Here is the defending BattleBots heavyweight champion, Biohazard.
The box is locked, the lights are on, it's robot fighting time. Little Sister across the box fast, needs to get a handle on Biohazard.
The skirts on Biohazard, I've said it before, so low to the ground, it's so hard to get underneath them.
Biohazard drives Little Sister into the pulverizer and into the screws early on. Little Sister taking more damage from the kill saws.
Getting underneath Biohazard, right where the arm comes out. Nicely done, key point. That's the one place where you can get under the champ. Oh, he was under the skirt.
Biohazard seemingly in control of this fight so far. Biohazard, oh, flipping Little Sister on her head.
That's what we like.
A little handspring from the young lady. Biohazard driving Little Sister into the pulverizer.
Little Sister suffering a little damage from the pulverizer there.
Light headache, and
I think,
Biohazard flips her on her back again. Little Sister, another shot from the pulverizer. Little Sister strong in the shoulders.
Uh-oh. That arm is up. That arm was up when she got flipped. If that thing can't flip, if that arm can't pop, that's it for Little Sister. Oh.
Biohazard sniffing his prey.
Yeah, at this point, it's time to dance. That's it for Little Sister. A great bot with a great weapon. Taking on the champ, though. So well designed. Biohazard.
3, 2, 1. It's over.
So let's take a look at the replays. Little Sister with an excellent opportunity here, actually getting under Biohazard right where the arm comes out.
But Biohazard controlling this fight, flipping Little Sister for the first time.
After the arm gets stuck, that's it for Little Sister. Biohazard taking her to the spike strip and leaving her there.
How'd this one look on paper, Bill?
Biohazard by far the aggressor with 11 slams to Little Sister's 2. Slightly closer in hazard damage, but the real story, 3 devastating flips, the last one causing the knockout.
Giddy Carlo awaits with Tracy. He's down on the floor.
Looks like you just rolled through this competition. Seems like you haven't lost your step.
Yeah, it seemed to go pretty well. I'm real happy with it.
So far, so good, and you're doing amazing. Well,
Thank
congratulations to you.
He got underneath you and flipped you a couple times, and you had was he too low for you?
Yeah, too low. We couldn't get under him we got under once and got a pop on him, and then we had a big hit off a hammer and it's dislodged something, so he lost control.
We'll see him next time. You guys are great.
Number 3 Blade Runner takes on upstart Little Drummer Boy when we come back. Plus, the hit of the week. We've got all our fingers and toes, and so should you. Don't construct or operate a robot or BattleBot without proper supervision, and always wear your safety goggles. Welcome back. We just saw Biohazard shut down Little Sister. That lifting arm, just too much. Lifting bots have won the last 2 matches here, Bill. Is this the dominant design this year?
Well, I mean, there's so many robots, Tim. It's hard to say what's a dominant design. The technology is changing so quickly. Wedges begat spinners, begat lifting arms. Look at me from the first book of Genesis. But our next match features a bot with some other hardware. Bill Nye's got the lowdown on Little Drummer Boy.
Little Drummer Boy brings a spinning steel drum. It looks like a steamroller, but it's actually spinning up at 4,000 RPM, or about 70 times a second. Weld on some steel bars, and now it's got teeth. And here's the result. A lifting arm can't get under something spinning that fast. Same goes for a wedge. So the strategy is really simple. Keep that drum facing the opponent at all times.
Not much to look at, but it really doles out some punishment. What else you got, Bill?
Builder Steve Bisher lives just outside Fort Lauderdale, and he's already put 4 bots into retirement. 4-0 so far in the tourney, but he hasn't faced a ranked bot until now. The Mad Russian returns. Ilya Polyakov and his Blade Runner is about as stable as a Baltic Republic. It's the number 3 ranked middleweight, according to BattleBots, the only worldwide recognized federation for robotic combat.
Let's go down to the floor.
My right, he marches to the beat of your X-Size still beating heart. Pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. It's Little Drummer Boy.
That drum goes from 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds.
The blue square. He'll give you the kiss of death and slip you the tungsten. It's Blade Runner.
That pickaxe has the power of a 45 caliber bullet at point-blank range.
Red driver is ready.
Driver, are you ready? Ready. Driver is ready.
The box is locked, the lights are on. It's robot fighting time. Blade Runner comes out and gets into a spin immediately. Blade Runner, a thwack bot.
Blade Runner's got to like his chances against Little Drummer Boy. I don't think the drum is going to be that effective against this kind of bot.
Little Drummer Boy, little drum action.
Now see, Little Drummer Boy wants to wait until Blade Runner stops. Oh, look at that! Here's the
Blade Runner with his horn up in the side of Little Drummer Boy, and now he's riding him around the battle box.
2 bots are stuck together, gotta be separated. Well, we've seen this before. Randy and Jason, tell us what's going on.
Guys, it's a typical situation when both bots get stuck. They just separate the robots and they resume action. They resume it.
All right, we're ready for the action to resume. It's Blade Runner versus Little Drummer Boy. Drummer Boy doing some early damage with his drum. Blade Runner with his spike in the side of Drummer Boy.
Now watch what he does. He'll slow down. Blade Runner will slow down, but he can get up to speed so quickly that he lures bots in.
He takes a shot there from Drummer Boy.
drum, very effective right now.
Blade Runner up to speed now. Here's where Drummer Boy has to be patient. Then he moves in. Then he drops him. He attacks the wheels of Blade Runner where Blade Runner is weakest. Oh, Drummer Boy!
The drum doing a nice job against the spear of Blade Runner. Boy acting like a wedge there. That doesn't happen too often for him.
Blade Runner looks debilitated. This may be over, my friend. Drummer Boy chewing him up.
Drummer Boy showing no mercy, and why should he? Ilya Polyakov asks for no mercy. He gives no mercy. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Drummer Boy with another rumpa-pum-pum there.
All right, let's take a look at the replays and see what happened in this fight.
Drummer Boy uses the drum effectively, and there's where I think Blade Runner was incapacitated by the kill saws.
And little Drummer Boy, in an unusual move, able to get under Blade Runner, give him a ride across the BattleBots floor.
When we come back, we'll get the builders' reactions to this major upset, plus the hit of the week.
Stay tuned as the road to the mat continues.
This hit of the week has a feel-good quality about it. It's little sister popping herself back on her feet, and that's our hit of the week.
Welcome back, everybody. Before the break, we saw little Drummer Boy take out number 3 Blade Runner, and we said it before, Bill, not a fancy-looking bot, but effective. How did Drummer Boy do it?
All this guy does is win fights. Nothing fancy. Outslamming Blade Runner in this fight 11-3. Driving, also a big part of it. Running the other guy into the hazard 7 times. High-scoring affair in the weapons department. Blade Runner getting in 8 shots with that axe. But that drum is a demon. 12 huge hits.
Blade Runner needs a shoulder to cry on. Instead, he gets Randy and Jason's squad.
I'm a little surprised that you guys are knocked out so early.
I'm a little surprised myself. Everything completely shut down towards the end of the fight, and I couldn't move at all. I don't know. We gotta pull this guy apart, see what's up.
Okay, guys, thanks a lot.
Let's recap the night, starting with the lightweights. Defending champ Zigo upends Whacker, and it's a bloody scene right out of Toontown. Vlad the Impaler's bid to reclaim his crown ends abruptly. Mechivore carving him up like a jack-o'-lantern, and super heavyweight Techno Destructo in a split decision derails Quad the Crusher.
Then 2 great heavyweight matches, Battle Rat over Crash Test Dummy, in what can only be described as a kill fest. And Biohazard makes Euro trash out of Britbot Little Sister, while rookie middleweight Little Drummer Boy rolls over number 3 seed Blade Runner.
Thanks, Bill. That's going to do it. For Randy and Jason Sklar, Tracy Bingham, and Bill Nye, I'm Tim Green.
And I'm Bill Dwyer. We'll see you next time. Until then, lock your own box. Good night. For more about BattleBots, log on to ComedyCentral.com.
They've got their air guitars and their time-traveling phone booth, and they're out to save the world. Keep it here for Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, starring Keanu Reeves and George Carlin, coming up next, only on Comedy Central.